Welcome to the Keychain podcast, where every key tells a story.
I'm Matt.
I'm Mish.
And we're giving you an inside look at the people, partners, and purpose behind the Matt Harnick team at Keller Williams. On this episode, we're opening the door with Tara Gore from Movement Mortgage. Welcome, Tara.
Hi, guys. Happy
We're
to be here.
so excited to have you.
Me too.
Yeah, this is great. This is actually the first time it's been Mish, myself, and a guest. So thank you for opening the door to that too, Tara.
I'm the first one.
You're the
You
first
are.
one.
I love it.
The
We're
first one.
so excited.
We are very excited.
So excited.
Absolutely. So just a little bit of background. Mish and I have worked with Tara for a number of years. I've personally known Tara for, I looked at the other day, 13, 14 years.
Wow, that
I think
went
2011 or 2012 is when we first worked together.
Okay.
So it's been a long time. Yeah.
Went by fast.
It did go by fast. And we both still look fabulous, and I still don't have hair. This is great.
I know that was a big part of our conversation.
It was. Just earlier, we were having a lot of fun talking about hair, and I, tried to enter the conversation as a bald guy. But what are you going to do?
Didn't go well. It was fine. So tell us a little bit more about who Tara is.
So when I'm not doing mortgages, which is most of the time, my tagline is every day is a Monday, which is fine because I love what I do. But I would say that I'm spending my time working out or with my two dogs. In fact, my fun fact is that my most recent house I bought for my dog who needed another dog. So in order to have more space, I needed a bigger yard. So all of my life really revolves around the dogs, working out, things like that. So that's pretty much what I do.
And Omar. We can't forget Omar.
Yeah, no, don't forget Omar.
Tell us about your dogs. What kind of dogs do you have?
I have a golden retriever and I have a mutt, a super mutt. So yeah.
What makes a mutt a super mutt?
Probably because his DNA test came back with like 17 different types of dogs. He's about 30 pounds for reference.
Oh.
He was very excited and he felt very macho when he learned that he is 23% pit bull.
Oh,
my.
And he's fluffy with a fluffy tail, so you would never know it. But yeah, 23% pit bull. That's what I learned doing his DNA test.
Interesting.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Super mutt.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do a DNA test on my dog. I'm just nervous.
I think it's worth it.
You think so?
Yeah,
Which one did you do?
What's the
23andMe?
Embark. No.
23andMe is a person one.
I did do 23andMe myself.
Did
So
you
I
really?
did, yeah.
Okay. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Tell us about Embark.
Yeah.
It actually was really easy. Well, text made it easy. You have to swab like the inner cheek or whatever, and then you send off the DNA, and then they give you back the results. I really was on pins and needles. I couldn't wait to find out what he was.
Yeah.
Again, he's 30 pounds, so to hear that he was pit bull, lab, all these random things.
Wow.
They did reference like smaller dogs, but they weren't specific on what breeds. Like for whatever reason, they pointed out lab and pit bull. So after that, he's been feeling pretty macho.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell us about 23andMe.
I did that. That wasn't as surprising. I'm Italian, German, and Irish. I am 0.7% Jewish.
Rock on, sister.
I love it. I did 23andMe as well. Found out I'm majority British.
Oh, wow.
And like Northern UK.
Okay.
And I thought I was more German than I was. So that was interesting to find out. But in talking with family, because that's what you do when you do these kind of tests, I realized I have a lot more on my mom's side in me. So
Who knew?
yeah,
Wow.
who
Did
knew?
you do it?
No, actually, I have not yet. I plan on doing it. My dad did. So I sort of have a little bit of his tree and that kind of thing. But no, I haven't done it yet.
All right. Well,
But I hear it can come up with some interesting surprises.
Oh yeah.
you might need a podcast on that after.
I just might need a podcast on the 23andMe and Embark. I mean, it sounds like that's pretty cool too.
That was fun.
Love the name, by the way. I mean,
Yeah,
know.
Embark. I know. That was good. But Sky is purebred, yes?
Sky is purebred.
Yeah. I didn't
Correct.
do it for Teddy. I only did it for Tex. So that's why I call him Super Mutt, because he has 17 different breeds.
I love it.
Okay.
I'd be interested to see what Rory is because we were always told that she was bulldog and pug. But my husband and I swear she's got boxer in her.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like her face, she's got to.
They told me that Tex was a duck trolling retriever. So if you're familiar with that, yeah, it's a breed. Yes, it's a Nova Scotia duck trolling retriever. So that was what the vet said that he was. And there was none of that on his Embark. So that's why I was so excited, because I thought, maybe I'll get like a duck trolling retriever down the line because he's so great. No, he's not even that. So, or according to his Embark, he's not. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, if you have that breed of dog, comment a picture below because now we got to see what it looks like to see and compare it to Tex.
That's just
Yeah.
really
Gotta see
weird.
what happens.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
cool.
I never heard of the breed until I got him, and then when I brought him to the vet, they were like, "Oh yeah, he's duck trolling retriever." I was like, "Okay, I don't know what
cool.
that is."
Thanks. That's great.
So when I got Teddy,
Good to know.
who is the golden retriever, I was like, "Oh, they're two retrievers." No, not at all. Yeah,
two totally different personalities.
totally different personalities.
I love it. It's like
Oh my
kids,
goodness.
right?
It's true. Well, I just told you.
Yeah.
Teddy put an ice cream cone dog toy in Omar's bag, and Omar opened up his gym bag right now when he's getting ready to work out, and he sent me a picture, and it's Teddy put his toy in there to go. He was like, "Dad, don't leave without this."
Aw, how thoughtful, Teddy.
Yeah, it's his little don't forget about me when you're
No,
gone.
exactly.
I love it.
I mean, little kids give their parents their stuffed animals and stuff to take on trips. Maybe that was what he was doing.
He's like, "Don't."
It's his
forget
whoopee.
me." Yeah, it is.
That's funny.
It was cute.
Oh my goodness.
Such cute puppies.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll transition out of puppies here, even though that is something that I think all three of us immediately bonded over was all of our dogs, right?
For sure.
100%.
Dogs, eagles, fillies. It's kind of where all our stuff landed. But the real thing that bonded us was our real estate passions, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So when it came down to finding a mortgage lender who knows their stuff, because you do.
Thank you. 23 years.
I know. And
23 years.
isn't that crazy?
Can we just take a second and acknowledge that? That's 23 years. Oh my goodness.
And I'm sure you have some
Wow.
crazy stories in those 23 years.
And fun. And fun.
And fun.
If it wasn't somewhat fun, we wouldn't be here, would
yeah.
we?
Yeah.
Very
Sure.
true. So since we're going to hop on this train, right, let's get into one of our first questions. So when we started talking about doing this podcast, I asked Tara, I said, let's do something completely out of the box. Let's not focus on the programs that you offer or the rate conversation, because we could beat that horse until it's dead, right?
It'll be a very lengthy podcast, too, for
so
sure.
I asked her, let's talk about some of your most frequently asked questions and let's tackle those, because I think that's stuff that everyone's wants to ask and is either afraid to ask or doesn't know who to turn to. So let's jump in. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's go. So the first question that has been one of the most asked questions is, how soon should I get pre-approved when I'm ready to start looking for homes?
This is a really good one, and it's good for several reasons, because I think that what I find, and this is pretty much across the board with a lot of different facets of getting the pre-approval, but for most people, there are roadblocks. Like humans, we put roadblocks in front of ourselves for a lot of different things. Yep. So when you're thinking about getting a pre-approval, the reason I say, if you think you're going to buy in a year, I think it's a good time to start, because believe it or not, I would say if we're using statistics, 80% of the people that think they're buying in a year can actually buy the day that they do the pre-approval, and they had no idea. So they kind of come up with this 1 year arbitrary thing, I want to buy in a year, and maybe you will just still buy in a year, but it's good to know the information up front, because it's almost like you wait that year for no reason.
Yep.
Right.
So if you
Sure.
do the pre-approval sooner and you find out that you can, and then I say, hey Matt, so-and-so's ready, there's no commitment that you have to do it, but it's also interesting to see too, because I find that once people get that information and they feel empowered to actually begin the search, because it's almost the hesitancy to start.
Yep.
It's like, you're thinking about it, but you have to take that first step. You have to take the action to learn the information. Mm-hmm. What you do with the information, we've worked together for years. There's no pressure then to do anything or to speed up that timeline, but there's also no reason to wait either, especially if you are actually ready. And I think, just to kind of dip into just a little toe of the pre-approval process, I think that a big part of that too, and I just want to say it now, the reason people think that they need to wait longer is because they feel like they need more money down. Okay, that's a big one.
Yep.
Look,
Have to have 20% down.
oh
Isn't
my
that
God.
what everybody hears all the time?
Honestly, 23 years, and I have never heard, I still hear it, and that's what people think. So I need you to know that statistically, the first-time home buyer, every one of them puts between 3 and 5% down. I would say 95% of all first-time home buyers put down between 3 and 5%. That's
3 and 5%, not 20%.
no.
That's a big difference.
Huge.
Massive difference.
Huge. So when you're thinking about the pre-approval, if you think you need 20% and closing costs, Well, of course you think you need more time. There's just no reason that you wouldn't. Yeah. And what the other fun fact financially, because obviously I'm a finance person, the monthly payment doesn't change that much. Like it's not that significant, right? So it's not a situation where it's like, okay, you put 20% down and you're saving all this money. You will save some money.
Sure.
But the amount of time that it takes you to get there to save that 20%, you could have, again, like the keys to the house and start building equity from day one. So I find that, getting that pre-approval started within a year time frame, you learn the information. If it's positive, which 80% of the time it is, then you can actually take action. And if for whatever reason you still want to wait for whatever, and we talk about it strategy-wise, but then at least you know what your where you stand, and you also know where you want to go. So it just gives you either more time to save some more money if that's really what you're passionate about, or,
build your credit. If there's any credit issues, you have time to work them out.
Correct. And then we can work on that kind of stuff. But otherwise, most of the time, and this, you'll send them to me, I'll get them pre-approved, and then I send them right back to you because they're ready to go. Yep. So I think that that's a major roadblock that people put in.
Almost that analysis paralysis,
yes,
right?
Correct.
People look at it and they're like, I don't even know where to get started. I don't know what this first jump is.
Yeah.
Do I talk to mortgage first? Do I talk to an agent first? Where do I go? And whenever we get that conversation, we're like, chat with an agent first. That way you can pick somebody and find a team that you trust.
Yeah.
And from there, that conversation can stem to, oh, we've got a great lender that we've worked with before. Let's get you in contact.
Right.
And then vice versa. Say you've got somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. I have the perfect people that you need to work with.
And happens.
That's happened. And it's gone both ways on either side of the table. But I think it's just making that first step.
Yeah.
And you always have to take that first baby step.
Yeah.
And it seems daunting, the word pre-approval, right? Because there's so many documents and things that go behind it that everyone's like, I've got to give my firstborn to be able to get a pre-approval. You really don't.
People get nervous. Yeah. And I also think you have to, and that's why I like to lead with, I've been doing this for 23 years, because whatever your situation is, chances are I've seen something very similar, and neither is anybody here. Yeah. We're not here to judge, we're here to help. So the only 100%. Way that we can help is if we can see it, so that we can give you the information to move forward. If there's something that you actually need to work on, the percentage of people that actually need to work on something is
so small.
Actually so small. Yeah.
Good news.
Yeah.
And we touched basically, briefly on credit issues. So when you're pulling credit for someone, can you describe sort of the differences between what people commonly term a hard pull, a soft pull, et cetera, how that works?
Yes. So this is another question that you ask me all the time, and it's a good question. It's valid, okay? So when you're doing a mortgage pre-approval, a real pre-approval, you do need to do a hard credit inquiry, okay? So I want to explain the difference. Let's say you're thinking, I'm going to buy in a few years because there's a credit issue. You're 100% certain I have this issue. We could do a soft pull just so that I could see it and then maybe make recommendations and or refer you to credit repair or something like that. That's a true strategy. But if you're trying to do the pre-approval to learn and you're not really concerned about anything, you just don't know where you stand, doing the hard inquiry, here's the big factor that makes it so important. When you get a mortgage, we look at the 3 credit scores. Whatever your middle credit score is, that's what your whole loan is being based off of, right?
Okay.
So when you do a soft credit pull, you're only looking at one score. How do I know if I'm looking at your high score? How do I know if I'm looking at your low score? How do I know if I got your middle score? I don't know.
Right.
So a lot of, also too, for first-time homebuyers, especially, if there's grant programs and things like that, some of them require certain credit scores. Well, if I think I'm giving you a grant, right, and I'm sending you out to go get a house.
Based on a soft credit pull.
And it's not the score, now all of a sudden you're under contract and we do a hard credit inquiry, you could then find yourself in a not happy situation. So we do that hard credit inquiry to set you up for success because we want to see all 3 scores so that if there is an issue, we have plenty of time to work on it and that's why that year really comes into play.
Sure.
That gives you that lag that you're not hey, I want to buy tomorrow, which if you do, that's still awesome. But you're not necessarily ready to buy tomorrow. So if there is a credit challenge that we have to work on, that's not disappointing either, because it gives you that space to get it taken care of, to put you in the best position possible, so that when you are ready to go buy, now your credit is hopefully where you would ideally like it to be.
We get this question a lot because a lot of people are concerned that their credit's going to take a dip.
Yes.
Took the question out my mouth.
Oh.
Why don't you ask it again? I'm sorry.
Go right ahead.
You guys,
Sorry.
yes,
Yeah,
they're
no.
in sync always.
All the time. Yes.
And understandably, if their credit's going to take a little bit of a dip, but obviously it's something based on what Tara just said. Obviously, you have to do it.
You have to do it.
Okay, so what are we talking about in terms of how much their credit will take a hit from a hard inquiry?
I know the algorithm. If there is a dip to your credit, the max swing can be 8 points.
Okay.
8 points.
That's it. That's a max swing. That's
That's
the algorithm. So the way I say it is like, so statistically, the first time home buyers between 30 and 33 years old. So you have a credit history at this point, right?
Yep.
So if you have what I call a puddle of credit and you do a hard inquiry on that, it has a bigger splash. Right? So let's just say you're just out of college and you have your first credit card and you do a hard inquiry.
Oh.
There's going to be that's the 8-point splash.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now, when you're at the point where you're actually trying to talk to me to get the pre-approval, you have what I call a pond of credit. So by the time you throw a rock into a pond, there's really no splash.
That's a phenomenal analogy. I never really looked. I mean, I didn't know, but I wouldn't have looked at it that way.
I know. That was really well done.
Thank you.
Very well done.
I mean,
nice job.
23 years of well done.
The thing is right. So I'm both, I love my numbers. A lot of people don't know that about me, but I hate math, but I love looking at numbers and I love running that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm also a visual learner. So to combine the two and say, okay, that 8 swing between a pond and a little tiny puddle, you're just all of a sudden my brain's like, boom, boom.
I got it.
Boom,
Yeah.
got it. Now when people ask, I actually have a great answer for them.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Or we could even just show them this video.
Or just show them this video.
This video is helpful. Well,
Yeah.
and I think, to be honest, and I think that the reason that this question exists more today than it ever did before, and you guys will know this for sure. So your cell phone has those credit apps on them. And this is another thing I do want to address because this is a big factor.
Yep.
You have those credit apps, which are great. I love them because it gives you a baseline. So if you're looking and you have high credit scores and then all of a sudden something changes, it kind of alerts you so that hopefully you can react and take care of it, right? But what you don't know, and this is what I also like to talk about, that credit app has its limitations, right? So let's just say you come to me for a mortgage pre-approval, you go to Target to get a store credit card, and then let's just say you go to Ford to get a Bronco, to have your credit run there.
Shout out to the Broncos.
If you run your credit simultaneously, all three of us, same day, same time, same moment, we're likely all going to have different scores because there's different algorithms. Yeah. So you have to remember the most expensive thing you typically finance is a mortgage. So when we're taking a look at your credit, we're doing the deepest dive, but don't be afraid about that. I can't tell you how many times people have looked at their credit apps. I actually have a higher credit score for them. It's the algorithm based on how we're looking at it. Mm-hmm. So the credit app is helpful because it gives you a baseline and it allows you to see if something starts moving that seems unexpected. But again, if I run something that looks different than what you see on your credit app, it's not because your score dropped necessarily. Right. And even if it did, it's 8 points. It's also because that app is a different algorithm than the mortgage company. So you have to remember what you're looking at, who's running your credit, why, and what is the purpose of it. So, from a financial perspective, that's going to be the most in-depth report you're ever going to see.
That's very good information.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's terrific.
Yeah, well, I guess it gives some context around it, and it also validates why you want to do it, right? So I think the idea of going willy-nilly and letting everybody run your credit, you don't want to do that. But in order to really know, and honestly, Matt, as a listing agent, are you going to accept an offer from a client if their lender said they haven't done a hard inquiry?
Hell no. Of course, obviously well, it's not my decision, but I will certainly guide our seller clients to really take a very careful look at that, especially if there's other offers.
Yeah,
In this market, there's usually other offers.
There's usually other offers. So, and that's also too why we do the pre-approval, because we're setting you up for success, not only to find out the math and the numbers, and then, just to kind of say it, like, we're all very passionate about making sure that you can buy a house that you love and that you feel comfortable and you're excited about, while still maintaining a life that you enjoy, that allows you to go on vacation, go out to dinner. The point of all of this, and if any of you want to call me and ask me what the most expensive house you can afford is, I'm not going to tell you, because that's not the goal here. That is not what we're trying to do, right? So it's really honing in on what are those search parameters, so when they're looking at houses with you, that they're standing in a property that they might feel really excited for, and on the surface already, before like they come back to like circle back with me on numbers, they know they can afford it.
Yep.
It's just really, this is all about setting you up for success. That's all that it is.
Because Houseport shouldn't be the only option.
It
right?
shouldn't ever be an option.
Should never be an option.
It should never
Absolutely.
be an option.
No, we agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You should be able to own a home and also enjoy your European vacation if you want to.
or whatever it is, or if
whatever
you have
it
like
is.
an expensive guitar collection.
I don't. My son does.
Someone does.
Josh definitely
But
does.
Whatever it is that's your thing,
Yeah.
we still want you to have that thing. We're trying to add to your life, not take away from it.
That's right. You don't have to sell any guitars in order to have this house.
No, that's not the
correct.
goal here. No,
Absolutely.
Not at all. Mm-mm.
Awesome. All right. So now, all right, we've decided, let's do that hard pull. Let's get that pre-approval. How long does it last? Are we talking like, once I get it, I've got to rush out, or do I got some time?
So basically, your credit report will expire after 120 days, right?
Okay.
So
3 months.
4
months. Sorry,
But
4
we're
months.
not going to arbitrarily re-pull it, right? So basically, if nothing in your situation changes, and we do talk about this when we're, one-on-one, getting, more into depth with things, that if your job were to change, or if there was a big expense that came up in your life that, you had to use some of the money that you had, for your down payment, you want to let me know about big changes, right? Assuming everything is status quo and that the only thing that might be changing is that you're continuing to either save money, or you've gotten a little raise, or you've gotten a bonus, or whatever the case may be, your pre-approval is really going to be good for as long as you need to use it. Because the math's not really changing if the math's not really changing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Now, if you get a crazy job promotion and you decide that you want to spend a lot more because you got this, okay, we can talk about that. But for the most part, your pre-approval is just going to be there until you're ready to use it. And another fun statistic, I would say, is that about, I would maybe say like 65 to 70% of people will actually find a house in that 4-month window. Now, sometimes it takes a little longer because people are very specific, and that's okay too. But I would say the lion's share of people are actually able to find something within that window, and they don't actually need to re-pull their credit.
Wow.
I love statistics. So that's definitely something that's interesting to me, because we've had our gambit across the board, right? We've had people that we get the pre-approval, and 2 days later,
First house,
they knew it.
offer is accepted.
Yeah, you saw the eyes light up, and you're just like, oh my gosh, that's it. And then you've got people who it's been almost 2 years.
18 months.
18
months, and it's like, all right, we finally got one. Like, this is exciting. But
But then in those instances when I have to like check credit and re-pull, 99% of the time, it's almost identical. I mean, sometimes it does, because also too, one thing to know is that as you're using your credit cards, as you're making payments, there's different cycles throughout the month. So the scores can change by a few points, again, higher or lower, but sometimes they're higher because because now they're focused, they've paid off all their credit cards. They're kind of just sitting there. You're just sitting there ready to like find your house. And if it takes a little bit longer and I re-pull, it's an interesting statistic to see that the scores have gone up because people have kind of just planned better for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. More recently, I mean, I guess, how long have you been with Movement, by the way? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while now.
8 years, I think. Time flies.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 years.
We have talked over the years quite a bit about movement, about,
Yeah.
I know you are very, very proud of the company you work with. I love that. From a philanthropic standpoint, also from a standpoint of just like some of the really cool stuff that you guys can do.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about that.
Okay. So when you're a lender, what's fun about what I do is I get to choose where I work. And the reason that I work at Movement is because I feel like I can do the best by you and by you. So you're my client, you're my partner. So I want to be the best partner to all of you. And for me, that means making sure, and you guys know this, right? When you guys sign an agreement of sale, another huge step is your earnest money deposit, right? It is a contract. And I think that kind of gets lost on some people. You are signing a legal binding contract with a however much money, earnest money deposit, whether it's 5,000, 10,000, 20, there's all different numbers. Matt and Mish can guide you in that. But when you sign that contract, we have to hit all those dates in that contract.
Yep.
In order to make sure that, you are not at jeopardy of losing. So for me, being aligned with Movement, my team is great. We never miss. We just simply never miss. So for me, for you all, I just want to make sure that I'm at the place that aligns with my values and make sure that I can give the service to my clients the way that I'm giving the service. And then also make sure that I'm protecting you from, any, jeopardy of losing your earnest money deposit and things like that, right? So trying to avoid those kinds of things. And then also too, with the market being so competitive, and we've seen that the last several years, so this is something Movement has always been able to do, and I've always been able to do. It's not something that maybe has been as necessary, but one of the cool things is that we can close a loan in 2 weeks. Now, I know everybody's going to freak out about that because we're just talking.
Can you say that again?
2 weeks.
Say that again.
2 weeks. We can close in 2 weeks. I know.
That's insane.
And look, you're probably sitting there thinking like, why would I want to do that? Like, that's stressful.
Why
Okay.
wouldn't you? No.
So here's the thing. When you're finally ready, and Matt will tell you dozens of stories about this, when you finally find the house, if there is, and it doesn't always work, but if there is a cash offer, they still need to get title insurance. They still need to do things. So when you can get your mortgage financing in 2 weeks, and then the person can say with full confidence, we're not going to mess this up, you have a better chance of winning your offer then. And so for us, we're all a team. So at that point, we want to do everything in our power to make sure that you come out the winner in that situation. So the 2 weeks is really there as just in our back pocket as a way to make sure that if there is a cash offer, that you can then compete with that, right? So
Perfect. Yeah.
yeah. So from just for me, from where I sit, like I just love the company for those reasons. And then, these guys do a lot of charity. Okay, they do.
Yes.
I mean, God bless them. I don't know how they fit it in with all the other things that they're doing. I'd like to say that I would do more, but what I can say, since I do work a lot and every day is a Monday, what I love about Movement is that we are an impact lender, and what that means is that 45%, yes, 45% of all of our loan profit. Okay, so profit means to our owner. So that's not coming in higher rates and higher fees to you. So let's just be clear about that. 45% of our profit goes to charities inside and outside the United States.
Yep.
One of our big charities is our Movement Foundation, which builds schools. And these charter schools are all without, right now we just pledged 2 years ago another $10 million to build another 10 schools. So, Movement for me, even though I can't be out there doing charity as much as I'd like because my free time and then my bonus kid has a lot of soccer, so
Yes, he does.
Hey, Max.
So for that reason, it feels good that I can we're all giving back every time we do a loan. So to me, it's just a really great place to work as far as, just the philanthropic side of things. And then also too, just from the competitiveness and making sure that you guys are in good hands and you guys are in good hands, like that we're all, there together. So
When you first told me about that side of Movement, I was shocked because we had worked together for, I think, 1.5 or 2 years at that point. I was with Matt and we had never spoke about it. We were at an event and she's like, oh yeah, we do this. We pledge money to build all these schools. And I was like, hold up, time out. Y'all do what? I was so confused. And I was like, how do we not know about this? Because this needs to get out there to our clients, because there are certain, and I'm sure you're sitting there going, I don't want to pledge my allegiance or whatever to a mortgage company who is going to give me higher rates and all of that. You want someone that aligns with your value system. And if your value system is to give back and to be the word that I can't say, philanthropic. Oh, I did it.
Nailed it.
And to be that, then you've got a team on both sides that does that.
Yeah.
Between you guys and Movement and what they do and our giving back to Alzheimer's awareness, it just...
And autism.
And autism, yes. It just aligns so great. And I just love that.
It feels good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Speaking of feeling good, let's learn a little more about Tara.
This
Bish?
is my favorite segment. So we're going to do some
no.
rapid fire questions.
I wasn't
you'll be
ready.
fine.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
These I don't tell people ahead of time because I just want to see like what comes to mind. So
Uh-oh.
she was already nervous, and now I'm going to make her even more nervous. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Of course.
Coffee.
That was not hard.
Coffee's for closers. Come on.
Early bird or night owl?
I know the answer to this.
In recent history, now I'm an early bird.
Okay.
I used to. I am a reformed.
Reformed.
night owl.
Me too.
I've always been an early bird, so like I like bringing people over to my
Yeah,
side.
I'm on
because then
your side. I'm on your side now.
I have more people to talk to though
Yes.
than ever
Yes.
before. Your favorite local restaurant?
Does it involve tacos?
No, actually, I think it might be Greek. I don't know if I'm going to say it right.
Ooh.
Estia.
Sure.
Estia.
Shout out to Estia.
Yeah, that's my favorite
Yeah?
local
Okay.
restaurant. Yeah,
We'll have to try it out.
it's really good.
Okay, cool. Your dream vacation?
Well, there we go. Going to Greece. I mean, so we're all in alignment with
We're
this.
all
This
in
was a
alignment.
good
I love
question.
it.
Yeah, going to Greece.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Yes. No green conversations with Tara.
Podcast or playlist?
Well, now it's going to be podcasts.
I love it.
Has to be.
I think we know the answer to this, but dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Duh.
If you had to pick a go-to hype song, what would it be?
Cheryl Lynn. What is that song?
Got to be real?
Yes. There you go. You got it. Nailed it.
Ask a musician.
Love it.
Yeah.
It doesn't come to my brain, but I will look it up, I promise.
I would sing it if I could sing, but I will
What you
spare
thinking?
He can sing.
That's literally all I'm going to do. I'm done.
I'll look it up, I promise. Hidden talent.
Oh gosh, what is my hidden talent? What can I do? All right, this one's tricky. I don't know.
Okay, do you have a fun fact? See, now I've stumped her.
Yeah,
boy.
it stumped me. I don't know. I mean, I definitely do, but I can't think of what it was.
Can't think of
We
it.
can
all.
move on.
That's
We
fine.
can
We'll
come
move
back
on.
to that.
All right,
Or not.
One word to describe yourself.
fun.
That's 100% true. 100% true. All right. So we'll wrap it up. What's one piece of advice that you have for your clients?
Don't wait. Just don't wait. This isn't mine, but I heard it and I can't stop thinking about it. Why not you? Like, why not you? If you maybe might be the first person that's buying a house ever in your family, why not you? Like, any dream that you have, you can realize. So just don't sell yourself short. Just align yourself with the people that want to help you.
I love it.
That's perfect.
That's perfection right there.
That's my hidden talent.
I think we have to end on that note.
I think we
it
have
just doesn't
to end
get
on
any
that.
better on that.
So if you want to get in contact with Tara, I will put all of her information in either the comment below or in the description so that you know how to get a hold of her. And
I love that.
We've loved having you on.
I love
Yes.
being here. Thank
See?
you.
We told you.
I know this was fun. I was nervous.
No.
All right.
Thanks again to Tara Gore from Movement Mortgage. We will see you next time on the
Thanks,
next
guys.
episode of the Keychain podcast. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, guys.